Today we have the President of the United States insisting on a clean debt increase.
What the President...
Hold on. The President is insisting on one position, and the Speaker is also insisting that he will not increase the debt limit unless there are spending cuts. So are we headed again to another one of these debacles?
I think you have to ask the Speaker of the House whether or not he intends or he believes that it is the right thing to do for the American people, the American economy, to play chicken with the full faith and credit of the United States government.
Where's the compromise?
We're not. The compromise is a balanced approach that everybody who is not an elected member of Congress of the Republican Party has identified as the right solution.
Why can't you increase the debt limit with balanced
cuts? The
cuts?
President's willing to cut non-defense discretionary spending to its lowest level since the Eisenhower administration. This President has signed into law non-defense discretionary spending cuts that brings that portion of our budget to its lowest level as a percentage of GDP since Ike was president, before you were born, significantly. That demonstrates, against the charge that Democrats don't want spending cuts, a significant compromise. He cut discretionary spending. He has put forward entitlement reforms that, as you know, are sometimes difficult for Democrats to accept. But he has successfully made the point that we need, that if we take a balanced approach, we do not need to, and we should not and must not, ask middle-class Americans and senior citizens to bear all the burden of overcoming our deficit and debt challenges, which is what the Ryan budget does. It says, you know what, we're going to give more tax cuts to the wealthy, we're going to dramatically cut investments in education, innovation, research and development. And how are we going to pay for all this? Well, there's a magic asterisk for one thing. He doesn't really say. But the answer is we're going to stick it to the middle class, because we're not going to ask the wealthiest Americans, who have, unlike the middle class, done exceptionally well over the past 10 years or so, to contribute, to do their fair share. That's just not an approach that the President believes is right. And it doesn't represent in any way a willingness to compromise.
And just a quick response to Speaker Boehner, who this morning in his press conference before he came over here asked, where is the President's plan to tackle our looming debt crisis? Can you answer that?
The Speaker knows exactly where it is. You know exactly where it is. He presented a budget that does just that cuts our deficit by over $4 trillion, and ensures that we continue to invest in the areas of the economy and in
the status of the President's budget is?
It is, look, it cannot be that the way to get to an answer is compromise A, and then you refuse to compromise B. The President's budget proposal reflects the priorities of bipartisan commissions. It reflects the approach of Republicans.
His own party won't even bring it up for a vote.
But where are the Republicans? Where have they demonstrated a willingness to compromise? Where have they demonstrated a willingness to do what everyone on the outside, including a majority of the American people, including a majority of the Republicans in this country, believe is the right thing to do, which is to say there are three legs on this stool. And we need, or to this stool, and we need all three of them to make the stool stand. And that means discretionary cuts, it means entitlement reforms, and it means revenues.
But today's meeting was the President saying, I'm not going to budge, and the Speaker saying, I'm not going to budge.
Look, there is a lot that the Congress and the President can work together to get done, as they discussed as well. And the President looks forward to Congress taking action on the to-do list and on other items like making sure student loans don't double. The interest rates on student loans don't double in the next couple of months, making sure that the Violence Against Women Act gets reauthorized in a bipartisan way, as it has consistently over the years, making sure that we keep construction workers on the job, working to rebuild our infrastructure. These are things that the American people want done. These are things that Republicans and Democrats have traditionally supported together. These are things that the President has indicated he wants to sign into law, and I think there's an opportunity here for Congress to act on them and prove that even in this environment and even in this election year, they are willing to do the work that the American people sent them here to do.